hope and pray for the best, but we have to be prepared and we have to expect a major impact in the middle of this week.
Just hours ago, Governor Ron DeSantis urging residents to take action now ahead of Hurricane Milton. We're staying on top of the storm tonight as it continues on a path toward our area. This is 10 Tampa Bay at 6. I'm Dave Wagner.
And I'm Courtney Robinson. Tolls are suspended. Shelters are opening up. Mandatory evacuation orders are in place. Tonight, our team coverage continues. We have crews on the ground as the Tampa Bay area finishes preparations for Milton. But first, we send it right to Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins with a look at the latest track.
5 p.m. numbers came in with 180 mile per hour winds, a pressure down to 905. That is very impressive. But the good news with this is that we do not expect it to stay that strong. I do expect it to continue moving to the east for the overnight hours and then eventually tomorrow start a turn towards the north and the east. Where that turn occurs will really tell us where it ends up by the time it gets closer to us. So we've got a forecast that brings it right over top of us right now. That might change. In fact, I would think it would change at least a little bit between now and then. We're thinking Wednesday afternoon into Thursday morning for an impact. Look at that eye wall. This is the visible satellite. 1 minute intervals of the pictures there. Just incredible. Recon's been out there. And then, of course, they've found incredible turbulence flying in there. Lots of hail in the eye wall, which is not typical. You can see the forecast keeps it, well, they're going up to 185 later tonight. And then gradually weakening as it starts to do some eye wall recycling. And then basically drier air and some shear knocks it down at least a little bit. And at least that's the hope, right? This is around, well, 2 a.m. on Thursday morning, so late Wednesday night landfall, probably a little before that, closer to midnight if this track were to hold. This color you see here, it means everybody in our neck of the woods in west central Florida, all the way over almost to Cape Canaveral, is under a hurricane warning. We expect as this comes in as a Cat 3, it's still a Cat 1 by the time it exits and moves out to the east out over the Atlantic. Now, there are those watches and warnings. You can see there are some up to the north that there are tropical storm warnings, and you get down towards Marco Island, they are under Naples area, they are under tropical storm warnings. But for us, it's all hurricane warning. Forecast models. Here we are, some to the south, some to the north, honing in on us at this point. So again, there may be some changes. Let's go over a little bit of the timing. That has slowed from the Hurricane Center. We were thinking that these tropical storm force winds in the yellow here would get here around 8 p.m. on Tuesday night. That's noon on Wednesday. So it's been pushed back in time. So preps, yes, you want them done by the time we get to sunset tomorrow evening, but technically you do have some time the first morning hours, daylight hours of Wednesday morning before the weather really starts to go downhill. And then it's south to southeast winds really picking up towards hurricane force as the sun sets on Wednesday evening. The worst weather, unfortunately, will come by as we move through overnight Wednesday night into Thursday morning. We'll have more on that and the impacts coming up in just a bit.
All right, Bobby, right now, mandatory evacuation orders are in place across the Tampa Bay area. In Hillsborough, Manatee, and Sarasota counties, mandatory evacuation orders have been issued for zones A and B. Pasco, Hernando, and Pinellas are calling for zones A, B, and C to evacuate all mobile homes as well. Just an hour from now, access to Pinellas County's barrier islands will close to the public. County leaders say access for everyone will close by tomorrow at 7 p.m. They tell us if they see people in this area after that time, law enforcement might take action.
We can't have a situation where we're getting all these calls for help and we can't access people, and we end up like we did in the last storm where we got multiple people that had died as a result of staying out there. We are going to be more assertive than we have in the past in getting people off the beaches in this mandatory evacuation.
As you probably know here, the barrier islands are still recovering from devastation left by Helene, and now residents are forced to leave again as Milton barrels toward Florida.
10 Investigates' Jennifer Titus is live for us tonight out on one of our islands, Madeira Beach. And Jen, people just still haven't finished cleaning up from Helene.
Yeah, Courtney, it took some of them some time to get out here back on the islands, because remember, they were closed until it was safe. And then once they got out here, look at this. So many of the business owners, the homeowners out here picking up the pieces. Stuff that should be inside those businesses and houses now are just trash. And now all of this is paused once again because mandatory evacuations are in place. When it comes to the destruction, it is every single corner out here, from businesses to homes. People have been working tirelessly to get the items damaged out of homes, remove drywall, and now they say time is up. And many weren't able to prep their homes for what's to come because the cleanup has just taken so long.
I mean, this is the first time I see this, and I see all these people, neighborhoods, lives destroyed. It's incredible what's happening to this entire area. I'm new to this type of environment.
And back out here live, he just bought that house 5 months ago. I can tell you we have seen the sheriff's deputies leading dump trucks out of here. You can see some of the FDOT contractors are working right now to clean up the debris, but so many out here worry that it won't be enough time with Milton just 48 hours away. I will tell you guys, I know you just said it, but again, a reminder that the barrier islands in Pinellas County will close to non-residents at 7 p.m. tonight, then all traffic tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. For now, we're live in Madeira Beach tonight. Jennifer Titus, 10 Tampa Bay.
Jen, thank you. People in Hillsborough County, where mandatory evacuations are in place for zones A and B, are leaving in droves. This is video from West Shore Boulevard, an area that is in Zone A, but also one of the major corridors to get out of South Tampa. Tonight, our Hannah Janine is at a rest stop right off of I-75 North in Ruskin, and that is, of course, a very, very busy area where people are coming not just from parts of Hillsborough County using 75, but also from Southwest Florida, also an area in threat.
Courtney, this rest stop has been packed for hours now. Here's the parking lot behind me. It's full, so people have been parking along the roadway here to try to get inside and make a quick stop before continuing their journeys northward out of Milton's path. The line of cars continues behind my photographer here, and then Noel, you can show them too. There's I-75 in the distance there. It's actually moving a little bit faster than we've seen it over the past couple hours, if you can believe it. It had been at a crawl just within the last hour. Now check out this video from the Hillsborough Sheriff's Office chopper showing another area of I-75 northbound. We're hearing other northbound roadways are just as busy tonight. Now, we've spoken with people at this rest stop from as far south as Fort Myers, with everyone either leaving their homes to get out of Milton's path or those who had been visiting the region who are ending their travels early to head home tonight. Now, one woman who lives in Sarasota tells us she hasn't evacuated in the past, but has decided to go to South Carolina with her father today.
I've been through a couple hurricanes and got very lucky. Fortunately, I know a lot of people who weren't, especially with the last one. But just given what happened last week, I think I am a little shell-shocked myself. Better to be safe than sorry, because these kind of things are so unpredictable, you just don't know.
If you would like to go to a safer location but have nowhere to go, there are 9 emergency shelters open in Hillsborough County tonight, and there are many more emergency shelters open across Tampa Bay. You can find a full list right now on 10tampabay.com. Live in Ruskin, Hannah Deneen, 10 Tampa Bay.
Hannah, thank you. And just keep in mind, right, FDOT has opened the shoulders. So I-75 North, I-75 East, there is an extra lane for you. And as you're making these last-minute preps for Hurricane Milton, 10 Investigates Emerald Morrow is here with one easy but very important tip to add to the list.
Yes, that's absolutely right, Courtney. Now is the time to make sure that you're signed up for all of those emergency alerts, so you make sure you get the communication that's going out to keep you safe. That's how you're going to find out about things like water and sewer shutoffs, areas of danger, and a lot of other life-saving information. The other thing you want to do, and I screen recorded this on my phone, go into your phone setting and down to notifications to make sure you have not turned off government wireless emergency alerts. Sometimes local leaders will send alerts based on location. Those are called geo-targeted alerts. So your settings should be on to ensure that you get them.
Depending on the severity of the incident, most will use the wireless emergency alert for a life safety type of message, right? We need to get the message to everybody in an impacted area, not just people who may have signed up or people that they have data on, but anybody, visitors, tourists, and you name it, if they're in that region or in that area, they want to be alerted to what's going on.
And right now, Florida contracts with a company called Everbridge in all 67 counties to help send out wireless alerts. You just heard from their VP of Public Safety. And inevitably, there are times when something goes wrong and an alert does not get through. Now, all you can do is control what you do from your end. So Everbridge says sign up for your local notifications. Make sure those wireless alert settings are on and check your devices regularly for updates. In studio, Emerald Morrow, 10 Investigates.
Emerald, thank you. And as evacuation orders roll out, residents are scrambling to get rid of debris outside of homes.
In just 3 minutes, how officials are working overtime to make that happen. And a live look right now at the Gandy and Howard Franklin bridges. You can see on one side moving pretty well. The other side, as people try to get out of Dodge, very slow. It's been inching out there. They're trying to get to a safer place. Still to come, our 10 Tampa Bay weather team breaks down when we could see these bridges close.